when you're being paid for an Archibald. Now, I'm going to ask you to ask me some questions. I can just keep on talking if you want, but ask me some questions about my work or anything like that. I've got some questions here, but like... I can tell you something new. Oh, by the way, do you know you're not going to be seeing something because my idea here was going to be showing this thing that hadn't been screened because for all these legal reasons or whatever, right? And I was going to, like, how cool would that have been? It's got the best backstory, right? But then at the last minute, the art gallery said, oh, we're going to be filming this for YouTube. So I was like, oh, well, I can't do it then. So because they got greedy, you're not going to see this thing. So yeah, so that's, but if you're feeling like any hostility, like direct it towards them. But I can tell you, I've got a series coming up. And I'm telling you, my motivation for telling you this is telling you something new. I'm not like here, like, oh, I really want to plug this or whatever. So don't turn this against me. Anyway, there's this, I've got a half-hour documentary that's going to be coming up next month, just before the census. And it's going to be broadcast on ABC One. And it's, because the census is happening in August. So just in the last week of July. And I go around and I explore. I look into the what is your religion question on the census, and you know how there's people write down all these like crazy things like the Jedi's or the Matrixists or the Harry Potterists or whatever. So I'm like over in America, and I've tracked down people who sincerely and unsarcastically merge popular culture with old school religion. So I've got this Muslim guy, and he's like a scholar. And he became a Sufi Muslim as an 18-year-old, but the thing that kind of led him on the path, because he wasn't born a Muslim, was when he was 10 years old, he watched Star Wars, and he was like, he saw all these, and he says that this was the first signpost on my path to Islam. So he saw it, and then when he started learning more about Islam, it was comparing it with the stories in Star Wars, and he just thinks they're indelibly connected, and he sees Star Wars through the entire prism of Islam. Anyway, so he's like one of the guys, and I also met these two girls who have joined an evangelical Christian church where they get exercised because I like exorcisms. But the reason they joined is because they felt they'd been too exposed to obsessions through the Twilight books. And had to get sort of, you know, whatever, Robert Pattinson beaten out of them or whatever. And the guy thinks he's Neo in the Matrix, but he actually believes it. Like, it's not like, oh gosh, poetically. Like, he just thinks, like, you know, Neo, the Matrix is telling the story of how the universe actually is. And in the Matrix, there's Neo, who's played by Keanu Reeves in the film, and that's Jesus Christ in Matrix, and he's Jesus Christ, and he goes around in a long trench coat and stuff. Anyway, so you should watch that. So I can tell you more about the characters or whatever, because that was meant to be sort of like the tie-in. It was like, you know, Archibald, you know, you paint characters and, you know, like film people and stuff. Anyway, so ask me some questions.